539 day of Russian aggression Strait of Ukraine, the situation at the front. Today brings a slew of updates concerning the Kherson region, presently. Following the successful disruption of Russian resistance in the vicinity of Oleshki and the establishment of a robust bridgehead, Ukrainian focus has shifted to the northern sector of the region. The primary objective of the Ukrainian military is to displace Russian forces from the eastern bank of the river, secure multiple footholds, and lay the groundwork for a more comprehensive offensive. Initial action taken by Ukrainians centered on undermining the defensive capabilities of Russian forces along this segment of the front. Evidently, geolocated visual evidence indicates substantial explosions occurring in Novokakhovka. Subsequently, Ukrainian military authorities verified the effective neutralization of a Russian command post, a pivotal development considering the pivotal control Russians exert over the entire region from this point. Subsequent efforts by Ukrainian forces centered on targeting Russian reserves. By dismantling these reserves, Ukrainians ensured that Russians would be unable to respond to unforeseen shifts in circumstances and impede Ukrainian progress. Recently, Ukrainian drone operators engaged in reconnaissance identified renewed Russian movements in columns through the region. Seizing this opening once more, Ukrainians located and incapacitated these Russian reinforcements. Following this, the logical progression involved the destruction of Russian ammunition storage facilities. The initial target for the Ukrainian offensive was an ammunition depot near Kryny. However, the most substantial blows were inflicted in Oleshki. In this location, Ukrainians successfully obliterated 2 ammunition depots in a single strike. The magnitude of the explosion strongly suggests significant losses of Russian ammunition and equipment. With this achieved, Ukrainians assessed the situation and identified a vulnerability in the Russian defense, concentrated near Kozachi Lahiri. Geolocated video footage reveals Ukrainian forces locating and eliminating Russian reconnaissance teams that were active in the area, substantially impairing the Russian understanding of the sector's circumstances. Ukrainian sources disclosed that Russians suffered casualties, including a high-ranking officer, with estimates indicating up to 17 troops killed in action. In readiness for ground operations, Ukrainians carried out an intensive artillery barrage targeting Russian positions both within and surrounding the village, effectively undermining the Russian defensive positions. Lastly, Ukrainian kamikaze drones were deployed to target remaining personnel in the trenches along the zero line. During the night hours, a Ukrainian amphibious operation was executed, targeting Russian positions on the eastern riverbank. Some reports indicate that a total of 7 boats and 50 troops were employed by Ukrainians. This proved sufficient to breach the primary defense line and make substantial advancements of up to 1 kilometer within a matter of hours. The swift pace of events left the battalion commander bewildered as his forces seemingly vanished. Upon investigation, he unwittingly fell into a Ukrainian trap. Evidently, Ukrainian forces effectively disrupted communications, facilitating the capture of not only Russian positions but also a significant number of Russian soldiers, including the battalion commander.